Ends and then the show's live. This is our clue.
Don't stop doing your job,
what a cue of it.
This is Adam doing his Jordan impersonation.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Turn it up. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge. Nuggets
Friday,
getting the victory.
lasers,
Oh, man, it is
lasers,
Friday night.
lasers.
Friday night at the DNVR Bar.
Where's the Rakia?
Wait, you know what?
I could make that happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you
The
know
show
where,
just
right where it is.
started.
Yeah, you actually do know where it is.
113, the Nuggets. Man, that score, it's the first time I've looked at it, to be honest.
Doesn't look right,
Nah, it was way better than that. That's a disguise of what this game was. This game was an ass whooping. Nuggets reminded the NBA tonight what they do when they try. This is the first time I've seen them try in like 6 weeks, and they looked really good. We're going to break it all down. I got Brendan Vogt.
Do you guys sometimes forget how dope it is in this bar on a Friday night, and then you show up?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Great crowd.
And I actually, when I got here, I looked around, I felt it, and I went, Nuggets are winning tonight. Sometimes it feels more closely correlated with the vibe in here than you'd think.
Yeah.
But you know what? It just felt like a win, and the Nuggets played like champs.
Yeah. And by the way, I don't know who looked better tonight, the Nuggets or Vogt.
Oh, the Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Yeah, probably.
the Nuggets.
Thanks for setting me up for that.
Pretty easy call.
You do,
Nuggets.
you do look better than usual, though.
Thank you.
That's
good.
the
You started the Nuggets.
Yes, that's
Shit.
Stop trying to make this show about votes.
To be honest, the Nuggets looked better against Utah 2 days ago than over here. I got D-line.
I couldn't agree with that last sentiment more, even though you swallowed it a little bit. The Nuggets are good, man. What a great team. I feel like they are, going to win the championship.
This was like the real all the Nuggets are good night, man. I can't wait to talk about all of them. And then, of course, rounding it out, Superstar Dev.
Friday night with the fellas, a Jokic triple-double.
Holy
A
smokes.
big win.
What?
I miss those vibes. I miss them.
Man.
I thought they were gone for good, and then it turns out we just are prisoners of the moment all the time.
Or maybe we negged the Nuggets into being this.
Is that right?
I think it is.
That happens.
They're all
That
texting
makes
me right
sense.
now saying, thank you, Adam. You guys' show really inspired us. Nuggets get the win, man. Let's go a quick recap because there's a lot of fun stuff to relive in this one. First play, first thing I have on my notes, Jokic pulled the chair. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
First 2 minutes of the game, he pulled the chair it was one of the best pulling the chair moves I've seen anybody pull off. Big Val just tumbled to the floor, and they called a foul. It was so good, the refs were like, he body slammed him or something. Malone challenge is the earliest challenge Malone's ever had, and they was successful. Michael Porter had a fast break dunk that was...
Poster Jr.?
Michael Poster Jr. Michael Porter's athleticism, we might talk about it, guys. It's kind of looking good. And then Yoke just went hyper-aggressive tonight, man. Yoke said enough is enough. I'm coming out swinging tonight.
He did that for you, Eric.
He did do it for you.
I appreciate it.
He missed a few bunnies early, and I thought, okay,
Did he do
maybe,
that for me?
Maybe he's going to slow down, and it was like, no, he just powered right through it, kept attacking, and it was awesome. And then he dunked it, and he dunked it, you guys, and put his leg up. Did you see that?
You changed the logo.
Deb, did you see that?
Change the logo.
Yeah, multiple dunks, but yeah, putting the leg up.
He kind of did one of
seen
these.
that
like
one.
little-
Kind of dipped the whole hand in, too. Forget a tiger dunk. That was a wrist. That was a real dunk.
That was no tiger dunk
Real
right
dunk.
there. It was a fast-paced game. The first 8 minutes of this game were incredible. No whistles, no timeouts, up and down, track meet, good offense, good shot making. It was fun. But then the Nuggets hunkered down and made a run. Peyton Watson hit 2 threes in a row, and the Nuggets opened up a 37-25 lead at the end of one. Pels made a little mini run against the Nuggets bench, but then Murray responded and extended the lead to 19. Good job, Jamal, leading that second unit. One of the things we talked about him doing, he did a great job of that tonight. Nuggets started cooking. Jokic had an overhead pass. I don't know if I've used this word on the show before, you guys. It was exquisite.
I love you, Eric.
It was exquisite. Not that one. Gotta wait on that one.
I thought this was your day.
Good try, buddy.
I thought it was your
Good
day.
try.
Almost came in. No, it was exquisite. That
was.
pass, man, it was so beautiful. CJ McCollum hit a buzzer 3 at the right at the buzzer halftime to cut it to 66-51. The Nuggets almost had a 18-point lead. Instead, it was a 15-point lead. Nuggets grow to 21 in the third quarter, but then the Pels cut it to 14. Jokic picked up 3 fouls. You guys remember that? Like all in a row. Just kept picking up fouls. Then Aaron Gordon got in. Everybody had their moment in this game. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, they're all good, brother.
Everyone had a third quarter. Aaron Gordon had a takeover. He went bully ball. Reggie had a 5-0 run to close the quarter, and the Nuggets were up 100-80. Fourth quarter was a mere formality. Zion made a couple plays to try to make it interesting.
He loves those games out of reach. Let me put 15 on you real quick.
My only real note that I have, because there was like mini runs both ways, it wasn't anything too crazy, but the wave broke out.
That was the most disrespectful shit ever.
It was a real wave, though, and they don't do that at basketball games no more.
Dude, I haven't seen a
Ever.
wave. Somebody said
no
it happens every year, and I was like, I don't remember a wave.
Dude, the wave breaks out when you are no longer interested in the game. It happens at the latter part of Broncos seasons.
Yeah.
Every game for the Rockies.
Every Rockies game. Yeah.
Never for the Nuggets.
Yeah. But to your point, it was almost disrespectful that the wave broke out, because that was a total, we're having so much fun here.
We're not worried about it. That you do the wave when you know
Yeah.
we're up by so much that Yoke's going to check out. They're going to blow half the lead and still win comfortably. That's
100%.
when you're very comfortable.
I actually think, because the wave, like a lot of people hate the wave, like you're a bad fan, and I'm kind of with this, but I do like it when you're up 20. If you're up 20, it almost does feel disrespectful in a way that's cool.
You're like, man, we got to entertain ourselves because the
We're
New
bored.
Orleans Pelicans aren't making it happen.
Let's all simultaneously stand up. Dev, start us off with big takeaways.
Big takeaway, I couldn't help but notice that Jokic had 14 assists to try to get that triple-double average for the year. But in all seriousness,
Dude, you're right.
this was a game where you sit and remind yourself, not just a reminder game, but you remind yourself that when the team is playing like this, there's nobody in the NBA that can hang with them. Nobody can beat them in a 7-game series. That was a masterpiece.
Really was, man. It was a total masterpiece, total reminder game. Made me feel good, and almost makes me feel like I've seen enough, but hopefully we see more. What about you?
That's the problem. The Nuggets have seen enough too. That's the problem. That's the issue. Like this is the never too high part of the never too high, never too low.
Yeah.
The Nuggets looked incredible. I mean, this was the exact polar opposite of the last game. The Nuggets came out, every shot was falling, every play was working. Jokic was engaged, he was aggressive, he was just absolutely interested in dominating Valanciunas. Like,
He was interested in that.
I love that. I mean, there's nothing better than when Jokic comes out and he starts sprinting up and down the court. You're like, oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. We're getting an engaged Jokic game. I can't believe it. And it played out. Like, he missed his first couple shots, but didn't matter, man. Like, it was on. Like, yeah, I feel like the Nuggets, like, all collectively, I'm sure they all got screamed at by Michael Malone, but I'm sure that they were embarrassed after the last game. Like, we were embarrassed for them.
We were very embarrassed. I was embarrassed for sure.
I was embarrassed for me. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Like, why am I watching this stupid team? And tonight I'm like,
oh, were you guys live? That's tough.
You son of a bitch. But tonight I'm like, I made the best choice of my life.
Yeah.
I love it. The Nuggets are back. They're the best.
I do love it. We were talking about, Jokic, all those fans, and I got a lot of messages. Did you guys get them after the Utah game about all the people that live in Utah? They're like, every time.
Yeah.
They're
every
over that shit,
Yeah,
dude.
they're over it.
They're not going.
Because to us, we weren't at that game, so we're just like, it's just another game. But to them, they're like, he comes here twice a year. We go. They always half-ass it.
You guys
We
keep
lose.
saying golden there. I've watched 7 straight losses. So,
what about you, Vogt? Big takeaway.
I think a lot of anxiety about the exact fit and meshing of the big 3 scorers on this team.
Yeah.
Murray, Jokic, Porter. I thought tonight was a great breakdown and trio effort. So Murray finishes with 20, but he did a lot of work in carrying the bench. Jokic leads the team with 27. Obviously, he did more than just score 27. Porter grabs a double-double with 20. And the shot breakdown is Jokic 17, Murray 15, Porter 12.
That's the formula.
I mean, that's
right
nearly
there.
perfect, boys. And it did feel within the flow of it like it was all coming at the appropriate time. And, the Nuggets winning a game is not... It's been happening a lot lately. It doesn't feel like they've been winning. But them winning in this kind of fashion, to Dev's point, the point of the big 3 meshing well together, You called it a reminder game for Yoke. It's really a reminder game for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
You know, this is what we needed to see it look like, not just the result, but the process. And I think everyone's feeling good tonight.
Last year, when the Nuggets sucked for March and April, and then immediately turned on against the Wolves in Game 1. Remember, that was a blowout win, and it was a blowout first quarter?
Yeah.
That's what tonight felt like, where the Nuggets, I agree with you, I think they were embarrassed. I think there was a little bit of a, look, man, the Nuggets haven't been playing well for the last, I don't know, like, consistently for the last 10, 15 games, but they keep winning. And I think there was just this, like, we're winning in a melee, so why should we do anything different? They dropped the Orlando game, they dropped that Utah game, and I do think there was a level of embarrassment of like, all right, we have to get back and prove it to ourselves. And they just really right from the jump, although New Orleans was on fire too to start, but as soon as Denver made their run, you were just like, oh yeah, this team is serious. And I loved it, man. It reminds you that the Nuggets can play not only the right way, because I love your point about the big three and the ball popping tonight and everybody getting involved, but also just they look good doing it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, dude. They
Balls moving, everybody just look good.
You know what they look like? The Nuggets. They look like the fucking Nuggets. Like they haven't looked like the Nuggets.
Right.
It's like even when they were winning, it was like they were the Sluggets, man. Like
the Yoke to AG, you know, ridiculous chemistry highlights.
Yeah.
It felt like it had been a minute, right?
Dude, Jokic doing a stupid pass that like works out amazingly. Like we haven't gotten any like dumb passes this year. Like there's been like, you know, like your standard
Tonight was a lot.
slingers and this, that, or the other, but like no like dumb behind the back passes, stuff that's just like Harlem Globetrotter or Sombor Globetrotter stuff. Like we got a couple of those tonight. He did like a completely
Dude,
needless.
is that a shirt?
Yes,
The Sombor Globetrotters.
He did a totally needless behind the back pass in transition to Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
He was just feeling it. Like
Yeah, but other people got involved on that. Michael Porter Jr. is doing step backs. Reggie's getting involved and doing step backs. Jamal's doing extra passes. And Jokic did. It's that joy. That's the Denver Nugget basketball. It's not just winning big.
Yeah.
It's like having fun with while you're playing. It's you know, giving the crowd, you know, something to like be excited about. They brought out the wave. The crowd is having fun. That's the joy in Denver Nuggets basketball, and they got back to that in this game.
It's true. Yoke's whole thing about pass makes two people happy, but like the Nuggets playing well, everybody was happy tonight.
dude, I know this was a pass makes 30,000 people happy.
Everybody was vibing and feeling it, man. It was incredible. And then, of course, Yoke at the center of it all, as it should be. And again, this was not necessarily a game where it was like Yoke won them the game or anything like that. This was a team effort. But Yoke shined. 27 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. The rebounds we sweated out to the very end.
Dude, that was the truest Jokic game ever.
I
thought he was for sure getting a soundboard.
I love the one fun thing. Some people may disagree. I apologize in advance. One fun thing about the legal betting era is you can just look around in the bar or the arena, and you just know who's riding the same bet as you. Because Joe got that rebound, and a table of like 11 dudes lost their minds. That game had been over for an hour.
I know. Just for a rebound.
A rebound. You're like, yeah! You had it. You had it.
That is the absolute best, man. The bar was great tonight.
It was
Great vibe in the bar, man.
Great vibe,
Dude, we're so back.
The bar did the wave tonight.
Did he?
No, it didn't do the wave, but it could have.
It did the metaphorical.
Can you
wave.
imagine if there was a wave at the bar? Would that be cool?
Nope.
No. You wouldn't even understand it.
Yeah.
Like people just putting their hands up. and
Yeah,
stuff.
like what's the order? Like how does
Around
it
the
go?
columns.
No, not you.
Not
You're
in arena.
Wait, no, you're out of order. We're going this way.
Oh, man. Have you guys noticed, by the way, that Michael Malone, he's adopted Sombor double too, but he goes Sombor triple double.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
I kind of, I'm okay with.
It's like when he called Monte Mr. Denver. He's like, yeah, I know it, but I'm not giving you the bone. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm doing the thing, but also get effed, you know?
I think
He starts his press conference with a trumpet.
I think Malone just knows, like,
The air trumpet.
that would be pretty good. Play the funky music. Bring it in. If Malone ever said that was like a funky night or something like funky music.
No, but you'd have to switch it up. That was a stinky night or something. You have to switch it.
That was stank as hell.
But I kind of like Sombor triple double because we speak to Nuggets fans. They know the joke. Chris Marlowe the homie. He adopts it. He says Sombor double on the broadcast because he's talking to Nuggets fans. They'll understand what that means. Malone's talking to everybody.
Yeah.
He has to say Sombor triple double. Otherwise, people don't know what that means. They'll think it's a sad double.
You can't go shorthand on our dumb inside jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta go.
But not everyone's in our bubble.
Not everybody's in our bubble.
For them.
Yoke tonight, though, just 27 points, 10 rebounds. 11 of 17, hyper efficient despite the fact that he missed all those bunnies early on. Had his 3-ball working, had his defense working. I'm surprised he only has 1 block, no steal, because he had a bunch of great defensive plays tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was locked in this one. And I love the fact that he took the most shots on the team. That's what you're supposed to do. Get the ball to your best player and let him operate. He got a lot of ISO, but I love when they just single coverage him. I really, it's my favorite. Because there's nothing that they can do. He's so physical, he's so talented, and he just destroys you in every single way. And you could just see the opposing big man just, it takes the life out of them every single time. He had the 3-ball rolling, insane passes. Like, he had fun in this one. I loved it.
It is funny that teams that will go to the, he hasn't been scoring a lot. He had 4 points the other day. All right, we're going to go single coverage tonight, boys. We're going to
make him a score.
We're going to make him. It's like, all right, come on.
I also wonder, like, the Nuggets usually win this game with the Pelicans, but there are times where it gets a little tight, or the Pelicans always play, not tonight, but seemingly play hard. There's an on-paper thing. Here's what I'm getting at. The Pistons Reddit meltdown about how Jokic respects them so little that he refuses to shoot.
Yeah.
I kind of think he respects Big Val and the Pelicans because he always plays this game as if he, in particular, doesn't bring it, they might not win it. He doesn't usually wait against this opponent. And it may seem like he's taking it personally against the Pelicans. I almost think it's a respect thing, but he brings it against this team every time.
Yeah, he really does.
Sorry to Big Val, because that guy plays good basketball against the Denver Nuggets, and he gets wrecked anyway.
He's always in hell against the Nuggets, man. He always picks up all these fouls. It's crazy, man.
Wrecked.
Also, by the way, Nuggets wearing their Mile High City jerseys, still thankful. You know,
come on, man.
A good game in those jerseys just hits a little different. Just a little
Make those
different.
the primaries. Like, what's so hard about this?
I know.
I don't understand, man. Like, sports teams just like do everything to fall all over themselves. Like, everybody announces loudly what they want. They're like, okay, yeah, okay,
yeah.
We'll show you, and then they come out with some thing with gradient blue stripes on the side, whatever. Just make those. They're so beautiful.
I wonder whose decision it is when they wear the jerseys and how frequently, because it's already published what they're wearing all year for every game. But I do feel like they could just select those and be like, they're alternates, but we wear them 80% of the time.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Why not?
And we're living in an alternate reality, yeah.
By the way, not only to your point, Yoke throwing those awesome passes, man. There were so many highlights. Later on in the show, we're going to talk about all the highlights. We're going to even power rank these highlights and which ones we like the most. But let's take our break. On the other side, Michael Porter Jr. had himself a nice little night. I want to talk about it.
Alrighty, strange things are afoot at the Circle K, Ted. Like the new Inner Circle membership. It's free. And that app is easy to download. Use the QR code, enter your email and phone number to be fully enrolled, and after that, all you need is your phone and number to get deals. The first 5 fill-ups of gas are 25 cents off a gallon.
That's a lot.
25. How could that possibly be profitable for Circle K?
It can't. They're losing money.
Unbelievable.
They're losing money, literally losing money on it.
First 5 Polar Pops are free. That's lit. Every 6th free on several items, such as pizza, roller grill, dispensed beverages, donuts, and more. Sign up with the QR code on the screen or visit www.circlek.com/innercircle.
Dude, I'm so down with
more
Circle K now.
information.
I'm so down with Circle K.
I'm a Circle K'sman.
I'm a Circle K'sman too, dude.
I feel like
Are you all out there, Circle K'sman?
So a K.
Yeah.
You gotta be a K. You gotta give it a
What?
We need 4 Ks.
I never loved K's. I never loved K's.
No, you're a Circle K'sman.
Hey, the Denver Nuggets are back. Get yourself back in Ball Arena to see the best show in Denver and use the Game Time app to do it. It's the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. Sometimes it just occurs to you that you're free and the act you want to see or the team you want to see is in town. And you're like, yeah, why am I not going? That's why I live in this city. That's the whole point. Get Game Tap, use code DNVR, and get a sweet deal like $20 off your first purchase on the best tickets to the best events like the Denver Nuggets in Ball Arena. We're back.
So rude.
What?
Adam and his villain. Dude, Adam post 40 is an absolute villain.
Oh, I'm a menace, dude. My evil side is coming out.
I'll be right back, guys.
Are you going to get some rakia? Something else? What's going on in Vogt here? Where do you think he's going right now? What is he doing? The heck is Vogt doing? We're just... All right, sorry. That was very distracting. There it is. Look at that. Michael Porter Jr. You left her in the Michael Porter Jr. part here, Vogt. Oh, unbelievable.
It actually became the Michael Porter Jr. part when you left.
Right, when you left. 8 of 12 tonight from the field. He didn't miss anything, you guys, except for threes.
My God.
The only thing we needed him to hit.
He was great.
He was incredible tonight. 20 points. Murray, Jokic, and MPJ all had 20 tonight. He had 20 points and 10 rebounds. Another double-double. Something he's been doing a lot of this year. He had
He
an
did shoot
assist.
40% from 3 too, Adam.
He did. Assist, steal, and a block. And honestly, that stat line, I think his game was better than that. What do you think, Dev?
Yeah, I mean, you saw from the opening, he was involved, especially on the boards. He's grabbing every single board. He made sure that he was not going to be not involved in this game, especially in the second. He's shooting the entire time. He's active the entire time. And if your shot's not falling, you have to try to get it in different ways. And he got it in different ways. What's great about this game is, although the three-point shot wasn't falling, he still felt very confident about the mid-range. He got to a lot of his spots. He used his length. And that was on both sides of the floor. This was not a game that they were able to just single him out or just try to ISO him. And they have some guys that, that they could have done that with. But he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So this was another game that he got involved. But I love the fact that he stayed in it the entire time.
He had threes, he had mid-range, and he had shots at the rim. I mean, he really did have a little bit of all. And here's my thing for you, D-Line. He's looking athletic. I feel like he is. I mean, he rolled his ankle early on, but he is looking pretty spry out there. And that dunk that he had, he surprises people with his athleticism, I feel.
He surprised himself. He hurt his own hand.
That's
he
true.
wasn't ready for it. No,
That's true.
Dude, you're right. Like, the Nuggets are quietly rounding into form physically. You've pointed out Jokic is looking a little bit more trim. MPJ is starting to, get a little bit of his legs underneath him. Still waiting on Murray, but they're just, as the season progresses on, they're getting better. They're getting better. They're getting faster. It's funny what a difference a day makes. We were in the absolute depths of despair, but now
they weren't trying.
The Nuggets feel invincible after a game like this. Everybody feels like they are the best version of themselves. The synergy is beautiful. I agree with you. He looks better physically, which is something a sentence you want to be able to say about Michael Porter Jr. specifically.
Right. Yeah.
That dunk was maybe the most explosive he's looked in months. Not that I thought I was
months.
Not that I was worried. Just that this is the peak. That was, I thought, one of the more athletic things I've seen him do in a while. So, yeah, I think he looks great. I think he's moving well. I almost feel like he could look for that mid-range or more. He's shooting, 54%-ish on that shot. I know that's an old number now, but he's been one of the better mid-range shooters in the league. But he looks really good right now to me. And the last game was an exception. He was not good in Utah. He was very bad in Utah. But I feel like for the better part of the month, he's been rounding into form. He looks athletic. He's got good energy. Tonight, he just looked like a guy that if you give him the rock, he's probably going to score. And 10 rebounds is great, too. So he just looked healthy. He looked explosive. And when he plays hard like that, the Nuggets, good things happen, man.
He also definitively outplayed Brandon Ingram tonight, which is a big deal because that's their number 2. They have a big 3 in CJ, Zion, and Ingram, But Ingram's their number 2 or number 1 on some nights, and for them to kind of match up with each other a little bit, and Mike just to get the better of him, it was and allowed better of him. That's a big time game for him. So MPJ, he was incredible. Should we take our rock yet?
Here's to you, MPJ.
Oh, man.
Feel free to sip these, boys. It's a little heavy pour,
Yeah, more of a sipper, I would say.
You know what we say in moments like this?
Givali.
Oh, is that what we say?
Yeah.
So did you have something else?
We suffer together.
We suffer together. All right.
And Givali.
No, I think one.
This is my first time all season
Yeah, no, it's been
sipping some
I
rock.
just got a
I'm
little.
telling you, if you sip it, it's
So
delicious.
good. It's so good.
If you shoot it, it's bad. If
You
sip
should
it, it's
have
good.
seen the way your face crumpled and tears well up in your eyes when you said it was
Do you
delicious.
guys know how soft you are? You know who thinks Rocky is delicious straight? My mother. She thinks it's amazing. She's like, bring another bottle back from Belgrade.
That's cool.
Are we
just-
soft or is she hard?
Yeah, hold on.
I feel like we just learned a lot about your mother.
No, I'm
Actually,
just saying you guys
your
need to
mom-
man the F up and drink the Rocky. Dude.
I
It's
just
not
said
that
it was
bad.
good. What are you doing to me?
It's so good. I see what you mean, Adam. If you go slow, it's like really great.
I liked the way Jamal Murray played tonight. 20 points
Yeah,
and
me
9
too.
assists. 8 of 15. His shot wasn't necessarily. Like, I mean, that's a good shooting night.
Yo,
But-
really quickly, a guy came in the other night. He got Rocky. He was like, "You guys lied to me. This is terrible." I was like, "No, we did not. We never
No.
said."
Vogt lied to him.
Anyway, I'm
He
sorry.
called out a specific liar.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
earnestly disagree with you guys about Rakia, but some of us are built different. What can I say?
Yeah, some of us are drinking problem.
Jamal Murray, I thought was great. He was a game high plus 18, and tonight Murray was, I think, the right amount of aggressive for
you
the
did
way
that.
the game was needed.
Yeah.
I think Murray's MO is it's like Jokic. Jokic doesn't, in my opinion, need to be aggressive all the time. He needs to be correct in when he's aggressive. Tonight, it didn't really call for Murray to be aggressive outside of when he was running the bench, when he did a
Exactly.
great job. So I just thought tonight he was the exact right level of aggressive throughout the entire game.
Yeah, this is the perfect balance for Jamal, and this is what I hope he goes to, and they keep replaying and putting in his head. You can shoot shots. You can even shoot bad shots. You could hold the ball every now and then, but make sure everybody else is involved before you do that. He had 9 assists in this game. He got everyone else involved first, and then you go and get in your bag. He had a lot of tough finishes in this game where he's posting guys up. He's doing step backs, but this is when he's good, is when he's like spry, he's moving around well, but also there's a balance. And that's when they're at their best. That's when Denver looks really good, when there's a mixture of your point guard passing the ball, but also being able to score when he wants to, because he is a mismatch. He is the advantage because they do have a big guard that has perfect timing, that can shoot the 3 ball, that competes hard the entire time. It's just putting it all together. This was a game that I felt was all together.
Yeah, man, balance. So much balance in this game. Like, there wasn't any one time where you're like, "All right, come on, man. Like, stop shooting." Whatever. It was great. It was just this was a beautiful masterpiece, as my man Dev says.
Go anything on
No, go
Murray?
for it. I think they got
I was
it.
going to say Aaron Gordon to me had all of his points kind of in a stretch, and I thought his defense on Zion tonight was very good. And then when the game was out of hand, Zion got going, but he didn't put him on the line unnecessarily. I thought this was a good AG game as well. Like the breakdown, 3 20-point scores, then AG with 15. That feels perfect. That feels right.
Yeah, we talked about the big three kind of all doing their assignment. You can say the same thing about AG, who, look, I mean, the job is to keep Zion from dominating, right? And I know that Zion is not Michael Jordan, but he's not a guy you keep off the scoreboard. He's going to have his moments. So for Gordon to put the lion's share of his energy there, but to still pop up on the other end, and it's how he popped up. Like at the end of ball is popping possessions, on the other end of 2 insane Jokic AG chemistry highlights. That's just there is a cherry on top kind of thing to AG playing well in Denver's offense that it was really good to see tonight. So you just the over the head one was great, but it was the other one where Zion just wasn't exactly sure if he's supposed to worry about AG at the dunker spot or step up to meet Jokic, and he's caught in between, and Jokic just throws that little, and AG reverses it. Like it looks so simple, but that's a little Nuggets wrinkle that when they do that, you're like, oh yeah, they're better than everyone else. Not everyone can do that.
And then KCP was solid as well. 3 of 6 from 3 from him tonight. He grabbed 2 steals. That was just a KCP night. I feel like the numbers tonight reflect a perfect Nuggets game. Jokic triple-double of 27, 10 and 14. Michael Porter 20 points. Murray 20 points. AG 15, KCP 11. That feels right. That's like the bell curve of distribution.
Right.
Did KCP have the matchup with Ingram? Because it felt like he was the one that guarded him.
I think he was the primary.
Especially early on. I was shocked to see that, but that also shows his defensive range. Being able to guard Ingram. That's a guy that's way taller than him, who really is, gives everybody problems, and KCP had him bottled up. but also is able to switch out on a guard who you're supposed to be, defending in CJ McCollum, who's also another tough finish, but also he's getting it done on the offensive end. So he really is putting together like multiple guys that he's like, hey, I'm gonna give him a rough night. You're not gonna have anything easy when you go against KCP, and I think that's great.
That's a good point.
I was so impressed with AG's defense, though. Like on Zion, you can't stop him, but like he contained him a lot. Like
Early on, the first half in particular, when that's where the game mattered,
I was really impressed. I mean, that's his calling card oftentimes. I mean, we're kind of jumping all over the place, but I was really impressed with AG tonight. Like he was super aggressive in the second half. Like all the Nuggets, man, it was just like, this is exactly what we want to see out of this squad. Like everyone picked their spots. Everyone had like a moment. Everyone had like a time when it was like AG had like 3-4 plays in a row. He was like, he bottled up Zion. He got a dunk. It was like KCP, same thing. Like it was just, it's just everything you want to see. We're back. We're so back.
Peyton Watson also had a great game, an exciting one. He hits 2 3-pointers, goes 2 of 4. He had a steal and a block, and the block was a big-time block, man. That weak side rim protection from him is a sight to behold, man. He makes big-time blocks and covers so much ground. His first half was more memorable to me than the second half, but what do we make of him making these threes?
I get why teams did it, but man, I can't believe how wide open he's been on how many of them. And it was, he was a non-shooter. You're trying to win games. It's like the right call in any given possession. But from the Denver perspective, it's like, thank you for that. Because guess who's now an extremely confident open jump shooter?
Yeah.
Peyton Watson. And I don't know how good of a shooter he is high volume, if he has the best defender on him, if teams are keyed in on taking that away. There are levels to shooting. But level 1 is, can you hit the wide open 3? And if Peyton's wide open, I feel extremely confident it's going in.
Yeah, you talk about Aaron Gordon's defense on Zion when it really mattered. Peyton Watson in that first half played so well that they opened up a big lead. That Jokic was sitting, he came in, the lead was even bigger. That's the second unit getting things done. That's like Peyton Watson being able to make his mark in this game, and it's continuing to be on both ends of the floor. He's knocking down the 3 ball. He's getting those help side blocks. He's causing havoc, and that's what you're supposed to do off of the bench. You're supposed to make your impact, and he's very impactful. He's exciting to watch, because he's just out there doing everything. So I just like to see how his game is coming along, but really it's the confidence behind it. He's in his bag. He's in his zone.
So dope.
Last 15 games, 42%, 41.8% from 3, and that's on about 4 attempts a game. So it's not like it's a super low sample size. 42%, like I don't think he's that. But that's a great mark for 15 games.
Oh, dude, I'm officially in the excited when he shoots mode.
Really?
Yeah,
when he gets it, I'm like,
so
let's
when he
go.
pulls up, you're going like, I think that's in.
Dude, yes. It's happened enough. Like, and it's not like up and down. It was like it was down, now it's up, and it's been up for a while.
Yeah.
Like, you got to call a doctor, man.
Dude, if he's wide open,
4
I think you should, if he's wide open, you should feel good about it, Never mind.
Yeah. What were we going to say?
Doesn't matter.
Let me ask this one. Do you guys expect that this is a sign of things to come from the Nuggets?
In what sense?
So
In what way?
Michael Malone said this is the toughest 10-game stretch he can remember. And the Nuggets come out tonight responding to the couple bad performances in a row, and they come out tonight with this effort. Do you think there's a chance that over this stretch, the Nuggets, we count it as a 10-game stretch, the Nuggets 1-0, that they just take the stretch seriously and gives that effort? Maybe as the similar thing that they did last year, where it was like, hey, let's prove it to ourselves that we can do this.
And then take the full rest of the season off.
My answer is yes.
You think so?
They really enjoy the challenge. They enjoy the idea of you guys think that we can't. And they enjoy the fact of you guys think that we can't, and that's exactly where they are. I mean, like, Malone is challenging them. He's pushing them to like want to play better. They had a bad showing their first night out. It's like, okay, we have to right the ship. We have to get through this, but also we're gonna prove to everyone that we can do this. It's the East Coast swing. They're playing against really good talent, and they have a lot to prove. So I think that they respond on this stretch.
I hope so.
I don't know if it stays on after that, but we've seen that when they feel they have something to prove, they play well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're at home. That's a big factor.
Today, yeah.
I hope that they do. It's annoying. Like, this season's been annoying because we know who they are, and they just oftentimes just refuse to play to the level of their ability.
Because they know who they are too.
It is, yeah, and they don't respect the regular season. I mean, like, unfortunately, we said this before. Like, they learned the worst possible lesson last year, that they can turn a switch on whenever they want and win the championship by only losing 4 games. So I don't know, man. Like, I hope so. I really do hope so. But, like, to take the last 2 games and combine them, like, we saw their lowest and their highest. So I don't know where they are right now, but I'm encouraged.
Yeah.
I think they're ready to roll. This has reminded me a lot of last year, and actually last year they were already in the middle of that. I think they were in the middle of their like 9 out of 11 stretch or whatever around this time last year. But this is when they turned into a buzzsaw, and they were a flawed team to that point. And then for about a month and a half, they looked like the best team in the universe. I expect to see that again. I really do. And I think that there's been a lot of musical chairs and a lot of like, okay, well, this guy was out, so now we're figuring out this, and now it's the bench. And now I do feel like they're kind of back to where they were, and they can start building again as opposed to trying to catch back up. I think they're ready to go on a run.
Yeah. I kind of think so too. I don't know if it'll be consistent every single night, but I do think that they went through a little bit of a rut for whatever reason. Maybe Jamal Murray got a little shot.
They went through one of those terrible 9 of 13 ruts.
I know, it's so true. Because they were in a malaise. they were in a little bit.
They were slogging it through a dominant stretch.
Yeah, they really were. But I do think that tonight, like they got back to a good rhythm, because it wasn't just that they played hard and intense, but they played the right way, and everybody I think felt good about it. So I think it was it was a good thing. Let's take a break. On the other side, I'm going to ask this, and you can go ahead and give me in the chat. There were a lot of good highlights tonight. What were the best ones? There were so many. I'm going to run down the ones that I started making notes because there were so many good ones, and maybe I forgot one or two. Give me your favorites from tonight.
This is not a highlight.
No, this is not a highlight. No, I had it pulled up. It's just not loading. All right. Sure. Hang on, guys.
You have a laptop.
I bet you $1 million is dead.
It is dying. Dude, I'm really excited to talk to the people watching this show about DraftKings Sportsbook, where you can always get in on the action, and it's more fun when you got skin in the game. And you can get skin in the game right now at DraftKings Sportsbook. Hockey is in the middle of the season. We know hockey games move fast with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. You can score faster than anything happening on the ice or in my personal life. This week, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use code DNVR. New customers bet just $5 on the NHL and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code DNVR. The crown is yours.
I'll tell you what to bet on the NHL. Nathan McKinnon to score a point.
Yeah, he just does
He's
it
on
every
a
game.
27, 28 point streak, like consecutive games.
Pretty impressive.
I'll tell you what else. If you've got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. In Kansas, 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See DraftKings.com/hockey for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. NHL and the NHL Shield are registered trademarks of the NHL Hockey League at copyright NHL 2024, all rights reserved. And we've had a lot of great partners locally over the years, and we've had some good dispensary partners, but this one is different because we want to make sure we're getting everyone in the great state of Colorado. So we're talking about High Plains Strains, which has locations.
Remember this one?
Way up there.
Garden
Is
City.
it Phillips County or Sedgwick?
Log Lane Village, Garden City, Sedgwick
County.
So if you're in northeastern Colorado, this is the dispensary
Right
for you.
next to
This is
Phillips.
the dispensary for anyone who wants to get
by
$45 off a
Yuma
half ounce,
County.
or use code DNVR and mention
Washington
DNVR in
and
stores to
Lincoln
take
County,
advantage
right
of
there.
their deals.
Carson, you
But
got
again,
them
if you're in
all.
northeastern Colorado,
You know your county.
this
Garden
is
City's near,
regionally
Greeley.
specific. Keep
There
in
you
mind,
go.
High
Little
Strains
over.
Plains,
Yeah.
they're our friends. They could be your
Morgan
friends
and
too.
Logan counters over there.
Sure.
Sorry, everyone.
Are you good?
Yeah, no, it's just not my best read, you know?
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Guys, tonight there were a lot of highlights. There was a Jokic dunk where he brought his leg up. Pretty great.
I think that he was more just trying.
No, he was trying to put a little flair on it. Don't ruin this. Michael Porter had himself a nice dunk. By the way, that dunk with Porter, Dev, running to his left, jumps off his left foot, kind of dunks it with his right hand. It's kind of a cool dunk, man. You don't see that one too often. It's like an across-the-body dunk.
Super athletic.
Huh?
Super athletic right now.
And just like pretty. I would call that dunk pretty. All right. Jokic had the pass over the head. By my count, how many times has he done an over the head pass? 3, right?
The square over the head, he's got 3 for sure.
The one that had where Shaq was calling the game. It was like the first time Shaq had ever really watched.
Is that the Wilson Chandler one?
There's the Wilson Chandler one. I think the Barton one is the good one that I'm thinking of. But that's where Shaq is up. Hold up! I like this big man. I like it. Like he was going crazy for it. That was my Shaq. Do you guys hear
That was good, man.
Peyton Watson had that great block. Jokic blocked Zion, which is always great.
That's a big
Aaron
one.
Gordon had an and one. Did I already forget the and one? Do you guys remember an Aaron Gordon and one? Oh,
Yeah.
The reverse, man. That reverse where he finished it.
Yeah.
I still say it was a travel.
No fun, D-line. No fun. What blanket over there?
What a dork. MBJ, man, Yoke's pass might have been the second best pass. It was the prettiest looking pass. But did you guys notice? I didn't even notice it live. Michael Porter had the outlet pass to Yoke. And usually it's the other way around, right? Jokic full court.
Sure.
Porter underhanded it, man. He threw it like he was throwing cornhole. And he threw it perfectly over a defender right into Yoke in stride for the layup. I can make the overhead pass. Now, would I see it like Yoke does? I don't know. That's what makes Yoke Yoke. But I can do it if you just tell me there's a guy sitting there. Underhanded like that, like over, that's a hard one, man. Like, I don't know. 8 out of 10, I probably may pull that off at best.
Porter has a hilarious nonchalance to his passing that almost works in his favor because he's 7 feet tall, and he's only ever passing to Jokic. I don't know if anyone's noticed this. Jokic or KCP. So Jokic will be open down the court or in the post, and Porter will just kind of chuck it over his head.
Yeah, he does too.
No concern or aim, and it works like 90% of the time.
Michael Porter
He's
has
just
a
like, F
hilarious
it, we're
game.
both tall. Fuck it.
D-Line, I'll go to your expertise here. What's the best highlight?
I kind of think it was the Michael Porter Jr. dunk.
Yeah.
It was so vicious.
It was.
And it was so out of nowhere.
It hurt
and
himself.
He hurt himself. It was with such reckless abandon that he wrecked himself.
He really did. It's like a punch, like you knock a guy out, and then you're like, ow.
And dude,
hurt
and
my fist how hard I hit that guy in the face.
I just wasn't expecting it at all. Like really caught. Like I felt like I got punched in the face. It was incredible.
Dev?
Mine's the Jokic over the neck, but that was insane. I also like that Michael Porter Jr. putback dunk.
Yeah,
that was a good one too.
Crazy for
Yeah.
me. I didn't see it coming, and
I
also
did.
I don't see him do many of those. That's a KCP missed 3-pointer that he just came out of nowhere,
Right.
soared and dunked it. So I like those two.
It's funny because I did see that one coming for whatever reason. I just looked at Porter's, the shot went up, and he made the full. He was gonna, if the ball bounced the wrong way, it would have bounced right past him,
Right,
where you'd be
right.
like, you whatever. But it bounced perfect, and you're like, oh man, perfectly. Everything happened perfect. What about you?
In a complete unbiased opinion, I'm going to go with the 2 Porter highlights.
The underhanded pass.
The
and
underhand pass and the dunk.
and
No,
the dunk?
I'm just joking. Jokic's overhead passes are awesome. But I don't know. Okay. The overhead pass is weird because it's like the vision is unbelievable and the result is awesome, but it's also like he was wide open. You know? I don't know.
I mean, here's what makes it incredible for me, because to me it's the Jokic pass as well. What makes it incredible is it just shows you how far ahead Jokic is.
Yes, that's
you know what I mean? Is that he was so far ahead that he's like, I could pivot and then throw the drop off pass, but instead I saw this coming the moment I
Right.
set the screen.
Katie Wingy, I don't know if you've seen it at home. If you guys, she tweeted out like the opposite baseline angle, and you see how quick the processing was from Yoke. Where the broadcast angle, you kind of see him notice AG, but sometimes when you're closer, you realize how small these windows are. And Yoke knew he was making that pass before he caught it, and it's unbelievable.
Here's my theory about the Nuggets and about Jokic. His assists almost directly correlate to how well the team was playing. because he can do this with his eyes closed if the team all is in their right spots. Like, if he has low assists, oftentimes, not always, but oftentimes it's like the team just wasn't executing tonight, so he wasn't hitting his receivers. When they are executing, not even looking.
Right.
Not even looking. He's just going through the motions, blindfold on. AG is in the post now, and I throw to here, and it's a dunk.
I'll tell you another underrated highlight that was just like a combination of things is when Jokic went through Big Val's chest.
Oh, you're right.
And he dunked it really hard, and then Val got a flopping tech. Yeah. Beautiful.
Jokic does throw his shoulder into guys a lot, but so he was throwing his shoulder into him, and Val's like, okay, I'm going to flop on the next one, and then Jokic just didn't.
Somebody in the chat called me a casual for only liking dunks. Yeah, I like dunks.
Sue me.
I love it. Only casuals like dunks, dude.
Dunks are cool.
My favorite play was the screen that Zeke sent in garbage time. It was so solid. It was a perfect screen. It was very nuanced for people if you didn't notice.
I like the Jokic dunk. Angle. I like the MPJ dunk. I like the other Jokic dunk.
You guys, the Chicago Bulls did a thing. They're doing a Ring of Honor. They've had a storied history, not so much recently, but they're doing a Ring of Honor, and they brought back all the greats. Play the hits, let's bring back Phil Jackson. Michael Jordan had a prior engagement. He couldn't make it tonight to the event.
Dude.
It's not, I gotta just start this with the moment. I'm gonna go in on Jordan right now. It's kind of funny. And by the way, we had a delightful guest today. TK, my guy from Kentucky, who came out. Big fan of the show. He's gonna be listening in the morning. Too late for him tonight, he told us. But he came out. We talked Jordan tonight, and it was actually fun. Because who would have known that Jordan was going to be a storyline in the Nuggets post-game show tonight? But he is. They had a Ring of Honor, and you got all the greats there. Kerr was in the house. Kukoc was in the house. Kukoc came in.
He had no prior engagements.
Yeah, no, apparently not. You get
Kukoc was available.
Wide open schedule.
You get all the guys. Jordan a little busy, though. What do you think Jordan was doing that he couldn't?
Gambling.
I think what he was doing was just not attending the...
Jordan's like, that sounds like it sucks.
Right now we're like, man, can you believe it? Jokic will do the exact same thing.
Not coming back for the statue unveiling. They're going to put his Raptor name in the Raptor. He won't be there. He'll phone in.
The difference is Jordan didn't go, but he did watch, just in case they booed.
Yeah, just in case.
He was dialed
So
in.
here's what happened is Jerry Krause, the GM of the Bulls, who passed away, wasn't well liked by Michael Jordan. He was really, really hated him. And the story, Krause, a little 5'3" guy, a little tiny king, and just bullied, kind of a round guy, bullied, this or that. Now, I have heard from people in the industry, Jerry Krause, total a-hole. I've heard that it's like, the part of this is that he was actually a very unpleasant person or whatever. But whatever, he's dead, and you're doing a Ring of Honor. Well, The Last Dance, you guys remember the pandemic? The Last Dance came out, and it was the only thing everybody watched. Every person on earth watched this.
I remember Love is Blind.
Love is Blind also happened. Tiger King happened as well.
My Last Dance.
That was the Holy Trinity. It was Tiger King, Love is Blind, and The Last Dance. Well, in it, Jerry Krause was the villain, and Michael Jordan, it's his production, so he's telling the story, and he really makes, Jerry Krause the enemy of the thing. Because tonight at the United Center, when they announced Jerry Krause and then panned to his widow wife, the entire crowd viciously booed. Not just like a boo, whatever. They booed like it was Josh Giddey. Like they really went in on him. My take on this is everybody's up on their high horse right now. Like, how could you possibly boo him? I'm not surprised. If you would ask me how are they going to respond to Jerry Krause, I'd be like, well, did they watch The Last Dance like every human did? They're going to boo him. I actually think Michael Jordan's the asshole here. Am I out of pocket for going too far, thinking that Michael Jordan taught an entirely new generation to hate his enemy?
No. He's not wrong.
Jordan's not? Why?
He hated him, and he was open about hating him.
Sure.
So, you get to choose that. He was not faking that he didn't hate him, and he put that. That's the narrative. That's the document. His documentary. He got to say whatever he wanted to, and this was his story. Now, if you choose to hate him because I hate him, that's on you.
Oh, come on.
That's what it is with Michael Jordan. Everything he did, everybody thinks is cool.
Yeah.
If he really genuinely hated him and you choose to really love him, that's on him. So, I think that it's wrong that they booed the wife, who this was supposed to be about love, but I can't put it on Michael Jordan because he did hate him. That's not fake.
Yeah, it's tough. This is a tough one. This is tough. Ownership should have known better.
Yeah,
truly,
I think you're right about this.
This is
ownership's checked out, by the way.
I don't think
they're not paying attention.
No, I mean ownership is not liked in Chicago. They really don't like the current ownership. and this was a sort of a way to inject life into the current season by invoking the heroes of the past, and it was not well thought out. Obviously, fans are idiots. Like they're going to do exactly what fans do. Like I booed Melo a million times. I booed Kobe.
Sure.
I mean, like you boo people. I don't know. It's fun. It's like part of the whole thing. It's like it's a show and it's a vaudevillian thing at a certain point. They shouldn't have done that. They should have known better. But
she
at the
broke
same
down in tears. It was actually very sad.
At the same point in time, like
Dev laughs. Look at that.
At the same
I
point,
said they broke down
we
in
have the
tears.
camera on
He
Dev.
just lost it.
Yeah,
at the same point in time, it's like
I try to look away.
it is pretty wild though. Like you can't after so much time has passed and like you're not able to be like, he was not like, but he was also in many ways the architect of that era.
Yeah.
So like, can we not, whatever? I don't know. It's a bummer. It's a blight on the NBA, and it's certainly a blight on the Bulls franchise. Like everyone's talking about it. We're talking about it after a Nuggets masterpiece.
Because it was just such an interesting one, But you are right that they should have known. Like what? Unfortunately, Krause didn't need that. Certainly
I know,
Woodward didn't
and
need it.
and I know it was already, this was premeditated, but then the hard cut to the wife.
Oh, that's
You
rough.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is his moment. Can we get camera 3 on the widow? Oh.
The one thing I won't do though, because everybody is going in, like this is what happens is then everybody gets on their high horse. All the members of the media, of which I'm a part, but all the members of the media are like, "Shame on you, Bulls fans! Shame on you!" And I'm always like, guys, people act the way they act in a crowd, man. That was the most obvious thing that was going to happen, and here we are. Nonetheless, Michael Jordan, how influential is he? People still wear, including myself at this very moment, his shoes from 30 years ago. And he hated a guy, so we hate him, even though none of the people have a real connection to him. We're like, boo that guy, right? From The Last Dance. Remember that episode? Boo that guy.
Jordan, nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, we're going to wrap up the show.
We're actually caught up. Two reads today.
I have to give a break here for Kale to make a...
I'm sorry.
All right.
It's my first time doing the show.
And we're back, guys. Back here. Segment 4 of the DNBA show. Kale, did we get any super chats from the homies tonight?
We also just got wind.
Oh, yeah. Let's get wind. Live from the arena.
Let's get wind.
Our
Perfect.
P's and Q's were not dotted tonight.
Nobody dotted.
No cross.
you don't
Nobody
dot
dotted
those.
a single P.
You're right.
That's not how you do that.
Harris.
hear
Harrison,
us.
what a night to be at Ball Arena.
Dude, it was a great night, man. Tons of highlights in this game. Dominant Nuggets win. Just Nikola Jokic abusing Big Val. Really had everything in this one.
It really did. It had the wave.
Yeah, quick question. Did your media training prevent you from doing the wave?
I would never think of doing the wave at a basketball game.
What if everybody else is doing it?
Hold on. Did Nick, our social media Gen Z kid, did he do the wave?
Did he start the wave?
I don't think he even knows what the wave is still.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's about to send a
I think he
video,
was a
like,
little confused, to be honest.
What is
Man, they
this?
were putting their hands up and stuff like that, man. And everybody put their hands up.
Swipe left.
I've never seen that on my computer.
That's so mean. All right,
Yeah,
man.
I don't think it's made it to TikTok yet.
All right, Win, take us behind the scenes, man.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Malone loved this win. He called it like Denver Nuggets basketball. He said it was a full team effort. He said it was night and day from the Utah game. And one of his challenges to his guys was to come out and win the first quarter. New Orleans has kind of been blowing teams out in first quarters the last few games. And, Denver dominated the first quarter, and they played great from there. And Michael Malone also said he loved how Nikola Jokic came out aggressive. He said Jamal was setting everybody up. He said Michael Porter Jr. had a great game. So he just kind of called this one a great team win, and that's what it was. Everybody kind of contributed. He also loved, of course, the play of the night, Nikola Jokic's pass, the over-the-head, no-look pass to a wide-open Aaron Gordon. He said, it was on a play that the Nuggets drew up. The play was obviously to get Joker in the pocket there. We knew the defense was probably going to step up, but he said he did not imagine that pass, though. Malone said, look, that's Magic Johnson-esque. That's Pistol Pete Maravich-esque. The guys that just have that pizzazz to their game. Nikola Jokic has that. And then he was talking about, Peyton Watson and his growth this year. And he was asked, where has Peyton Watson taken the biggest step? And Malone said, look, you might think I'd say his offense, but I think he's getting better defensively every game. He said he did a good job of guarding Zion in the first half. He's just growing up a lot on that end of the floor. And then Malone said where he wants to see Peyton Watson grow even more offensively. And he said, look, he should be attacking the basket more. I don't want Peyton Watson to become reliant on the three-point shot even when it's dropping. I want him to keep playing in attack mode, keep trying to get to the free throw line, but it's been so fun to watch his growth and development.
That's a really interesting note, man, because he is shooting the ball so well. But I also think that his final form is more going downhill. So interesting, very interesting comment from Malone, in my opinion.
Yeah. And then we just talked to Michael Porter Jr. He said, look, we got embarrassed on national TV against Utah the other night, so we wanted to redeem ourselves. It definitely seems like that was the overall sentiment from, everybody tonight. They really wanted to come out and put, that bad taste from that Utah game away. He said, look, the first quarter was an emphasis tonight. Malone told us pregame that the Jazz or the Pelicans come out. They played great in first quarter, so we wanted to win the first quarter, and that's what he did. He was just talking about his individual game as well. Another double-double for Michael Porter tonight. He was, big on the glass, and he said, look, I haven't had a game where I've had 10 rebounds in a while, but, it's something I'm capable of every night if I put my mind to it. And he said last year, I was rehabbing the whole season. This year, I haven't been rehabbing at all. I've just been playing. It's obvious his back and his health is feeling so much better than it did last season.
That's so dope.
It's a big reason why you're seeing the more rebounds, the putback dunks, the explosiveness, and he's just feeling obviously way better than he did last year.
What'd you make of his first dunk?
Was that the right-handed one in the lane?
That was the good one, yeah.
Yeah, well, the putback was pretty good too. No, it was great, man. Him exploding like that to the rim, you didn't see that last year at all. You didn't see that from him.
Yep.
And I think it's just the biggest sign that his body's feeling really good.
I agree.
Yeah, and the last thing for Michael Porter, he was talking about the Jokic pass as well. He said Nikola pretty much has eyes in the back of his head. And he said, look, just like guys that make routinely tough shots, Jokic makes routinely tough passes. He just makes passes like that. So he loves it.
That's awesome. He's just like us.
Yeah, he really is. That's all I got, guys.
Any final thoughts?
Nikola Jokic has 5 triple-doubles in 5 straight games against the Pelicans. He would have 7 triple-doubles in his last 7 games against the Pelicans if not for one Sombor double in game number 6. He crushes this team. He crushes Jonas Valanciunas. I've heard some rumblings tonight that he loves playing against Jonas Valanciunas. And the Nuggets beat the Pelicans again.
Well, there you go, man. Let me ask you this one before you get out of there. Do you think the Nuggets will play like this now, at least for a stretch? Or do you think this was a rebound game? Do you think this is a wake-up for them?
I think there's a chance it is, and it's because of something Michael Malone said pregame. Michael Malone pregame called this upcoming 10-game stretch the hardest and most difficult stretch he can ever remember across his time in Denver in terms of just the quality of opponent the Nuggets are playing, this road trip they're going on. And I wonder, and I've got to think he relayed that to his team, before this game. So I wonder if, that's in the back of the Nuggets' minds right now. We've got this ridiculously hard stretch coming up. it's going to show us a lot about ourselves. And so we've got to shift it up a gear.
All righty, Win. Well, good stuff. Get home safely. Glad you got to enjoy that one in person, man. That was fun. Let's open up the Super Chat machine.
Should I do a pick of the week real quick?
Oh, give us a DraftKings pick of the week.
You know what, guys? I know this is the Nugget show, and we don't
dude.
always get a lot of time and energy to devote to the
Nick, we can
Avalanche.
Take him.
But the Avs won 2 in a row, and they're fresh off a thrashing of the Golden Knights, who, by the way, no one likes at
I
all.
hate the Golden Knights.
No
man.
one like Adam doesn't even know hockey, and he hates them.
I'm telling you, outside of basketball, they might be my most hated team.
So the Avs are so good that they're on the road. They're
so.
not quite plus money, but they are still slight underdogs, and I'm picking them. Avs at Toronto Maple Leafs -108. Avs on the road. They're winning again. That's my DraftKings pick of the week.
You heard it there first. Kale, Super Chats.
Thank you, Kale. Super producer Kale. MVP performance tonight. Joe Arrow 27. Mike looking more athletic. Maul looking in control. Yoke triple dub. KCP dagger and AG dominance. Does it get better than this? Love y'all.
Love you back.
Only when they do it in the playoffs. James Allen, hilarious. The Nuggets tried. Just when you're worried, they show up. I hope they do this against the 76ers
God damn it,
both
please.
times.
Oh,
Please. Please.
That would make my day.
Please.
People
Please.
are so nervous for that Yoke B-ball Paul Reed matchup. Man, I don't get it.
It's really good. I want to see
People
how.
are so into. I'm not that into that matchup.
It's just
Jamal
Jordan
versus
420-69.
That'll be good.
Nice. Convinced this team can win 70-plus games, but they just like to provide drama for the fans. Make the regular season interesting.
I know. We always compare.
Was last game interesting?
No. But not at all. The Nuggets do have a little bit of Shaq. Collectively, they're good enough. They know it. Whatever.
And they know it.
No, I thought you meant they were like bullies and largely uninformed.
Drippington. This is my favorite because the YouTube. It's just like a suburban mother, but the name is Drippington. And she's sponsoring AT&T. We're not even doing it. We
Next
got you
time-
for the next
time,
one.
Drippington.
We got you for the
Drippington.
next one, Drippington.
You're gonna have to put that in there.
Sponsored by Drippington.
Some 11-year-old on his mom's YouTube account renamed it Drippington. Astray. This message and donation had more work put into it than the Around the Association logo. Please donate more to the DNVR logo design fund, preferably in the amounts of $2, just to see if Adam still despises the concept of a $2 super chat.
I'll tell you one thing. It'll be over my cold, dead body that you all boo before that thing gets changed.
I won't show up.
55555-ish. A narrative I hope comes true. P-Watt will be the best player coming off the bench by the end of all of this. The season, I assume? All the Nuggets are good, except Zeke.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
Astray.
After a masterpiece.
Cut astray.
Oh, man. Marcos Garcia. Hate to say this, but F Mello. Joker number 30, 2-time the Nug.
What do you mean? Hate to say this. You literally paid to say it. You made sure we seen it.
I hate to say it so much. Here, let me get my wallet out. I hate to say
I
this,
wish
man. I
I
just hate it.
wish this is avoidable in any
There's
way.
anything I could
It's
do.
not. I gotta. All right, now I gotta put my.
Make sure everybody sees it. 1,000 watching. I don't want to say
Two-factor
this.
authentication. Okay, let me do it.
No, yes.
God, I hate to do this.
No, I'm not a robot.
Where are all the motorcycles? Let me
Okay.
collect the boxes.
Vale Toll. You are fun guys. By the way, your guy Wind is really often used and referenced in Serbian media as famous NBA journalist.
Hell yeah.
And Dev, I think you are a star.
Oh,
Smiley face.
thank you.
Dude,
I
here's
was
a lovely
struggling
super-
with that.
Yeah,
That was
that's
a
a
good
lovely
one.
super
That's
chat.
my favorite
Really?
super chat tonight.
Really nice for two people, but it was for all
Yeah,
of us
dude,
collectively.
She said
it was
we're all
good.
fun guys.
We're all fun guys.
Chat
but-
makes one person happy. That super chat made two people happy.
Yeah.
It must be Serbian.
And listen, I'm just glad Dev finally got a compliment, you know?
Yeah.
Finally.
Things are looking up for old Dev. over
Chris
here.
Peters, P-Watt is more impactful this year than Brown was last year.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
Which is cool. I mean, that's like a positive. It sounded negative there.
Yeah.
Emily
want that.
White, Super Chat.
Yes, Emily White.
Yes,
I
Emily
love that
White.
about Emily White.
Mike Wilson, Eric, which of your hair takes will you stand by more this week? Clarkson or AG? Congrats on the new topic of interest.
So in case anyone doesn't know, they don't follow me on Twitter. First off, what are you doing? Last night, I loudly proclaimed that Jordan Clarkson was one of the worst haircuts or hairdos in the NBA. I can't stand his hairdo.
It's not true, though.
I'm
I
with
can't
Dev,
stand
actually.
it. Yeah, I don't care what you guys think. And tonight, I said that AG has the best hair in the NBA. I'll stand by both of them. I stand on business.
It's probably the exact same hairstyle on different people.
That's the point. You gotta make the whole thing work with your entire face. Jordan Clarkson has a terrible mustache. He looks like he's melting. Terrible. AG, you look fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing.
Marcos Garcia, AG fan from Pueblo, DNVR, love Celeste Garcia.
Hell yeah.
Hold on real fast. That was like I've been in a relationship. That was a forced, he wanted to get his message out. His wife was right there. He put her in it. That's what that was.
You think?
His name was something different.
Well,
and he just
maybe
said,
I think
love.
it was that maybe only she has an account.
No.
You don't think that was it? So he signed in through her account.
She said, make sure I'm on there.
Make sure I'm on there. You know what? I like it. That's sweet. That's wholesome. I'm all for it, man.
That's scary.
Or maybe that was just a child in the parents' account. You know, parents have no idea.
Trippington.
No, that's it. All right, hit that outro
Drippington.
music for you. There's another one coming in. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Guys and gals, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. The bar was popping. If you haven't made it down to the bar, guys, the bar's the best.
Yeah,
The bar's the best. It was a great crowd tonight, man. Full but not packed. Good vibe.
and we figured it out. We finally figured it out. Only 10 years into business, how to finally, if you come to watch the game here, you can actually watch the post-game show in the bar afterwards. We of course couldn't get it done tonight because I couldn't find the Apple remote, I'm told. But
Never change, DNVR.
But-
Never
That's why.
change.
yep, that's what
But
I'm
we
told.
have figured out the technology. We
But the-
don't know where the remote is.
But
But,
the tech-
we're going to find it, you guys. We're going to find it.
Oppenheimer.
We're going to find it any minute
It's
now.
gotta be
But-
in here.
It's somewhere. It's
But
somewhere.
yeah, make a
You
whole
check
lot
the
of
cushions?
No, we didn't check the
You didn't
cushion.
check the cushions?
No,
Probably
I found some
cushions.
change in there though.
Yeah. It is awesome. Also, guys, we have this little hook thing now. You can play that.
So sweet.
What?
So
It was
bad
popular?
I'm bad at the game.
You guys, did you see how popular it was tonight?
No.
People were.
Three guys, including Adam, played it.
No way! There was people coming all
He's
night
like,
to
did you
play
guys see
it.
how popular the hook
The little
game
hook game, man, I'm telling you, I'm the best at it. Hit the like button on the way out. Today, Sunday, takeover day. We're
Let's-
having some fun. We'll see you guys there.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.